Next topic in module 3, development of integrated water resource management. So what do you mean by development of integrated water resource management is nothing but to improving of the water resource management in the all the level. So when they have developed this particular integrated water resource management, so it is recommended in the final statement of the Minister International Conference on Water and Environment in the year of 1992. So when you are consider in the year of 1992, they have established the that is development of integrated water resource management. It is also considering as Dublin principles. So what is the aim of development of integrated water resource management? So based on the that particular international conference on water and environment, they have given the aim of the conference, that is to promote changes in practices which are considered fundamental to improve the water resource management. So whatever the basics are there, so to improve that particular the basics, you can consider either human rights and everything. So to improve the water resource management, they have provided with the that is Dublin principles. And also this integrated water resource management mainly that depends on the three principles. You can consider that is 3 E's. The first one, social equity; second one, economic efficiency; third one, ecological sustainability. So what do you mean by the first one, social equity? Social equity is nothing but all users must have access to equal quantity of water and also equal quality of the water that will be distributed by the stakeholders. If we are considering any type of the people, that is any level of the people, so all the users must have access to equal quantity as well as quality of water. Second one, economic efficiency. Economic efficiency you can considering as that is the cost and everything. So when you are consider here, water must be used with the maximum to bring the greatest benefits, that is more number of users. When you are consider if any percentage of water if it is available, so that percentage of the water should be used with the more number of people. So that will be available of financial and water resources. So that will be considering here economic efficiency. Third one, ecological sustainability. So ecological sustainability is nothing but whatever we are getting that is available of water, that is the current available of the water, so that should be ability to maintain for the future generations and everything. If it is more, so we have to use for the future generation. So ecological sustainability is nothing but ability to maintain current water uses and everything. Whatever you are using current water and everything, that should not affect the future generation. That will be called as the ecological sustainability. So these are the three principles which will be related to integrated water resource management. So you can see this particular the flow chart. So how it will be related to, that is three principle: equal economic efficiency, equity as well as the environmental sustainability. So all the three which will be having here the three different qualities, you can consider here the three different functions and everything. So the management instrument, enabling environment, again institutional framework, by considering here the different criteria and everything. So how it will be work, so that will be considered. Again managing instruments is nothing but it will be having here water assessment and planning, water demand, social change and conflicts resolutions, regulatory and economic, knowledge based information, everything which will be related to managing of the water and everything. Enabling environment, so enabling is nothing but whatever if we are consider to change and everything, that is considered with the policies, legislative framework and financing and incentive structures and everything. Again institutional framework is nothing but that depends on the local, either you can consider central or society of level, and also transboundary or river basin. That is river basins is nothing but how much available of the water, that is total the capacity of the water. Either this will be supplied to the public or private and everything, and also the capacity of the single building. So these are you can consider here that is economic efficiency, equity, as well as environmental sustainability. These three which will be giving here the balance of the water demand as well as the water supply. What we are demanding, that will be the balance, and also how much we will supply, so that will be the balanced by the this particular economic efficiency, equity, as well as the environmental sustainability, which will be having the management of the any particular instrument which will be enabling the environment with the institutional framework. So this will be giving the demand as well as the supply. Okay, next topic, that is the main principles of the integrated water resource management. So it will be having here 4 principles. So the first principle, this will be consider the fresh water. So it is finite and vulnerable resource essential to sustain life development and environment. So when you are considering here the finite and vulnerable is nothing but when you are considering here what is the linked size, whatever if we are considering here, so what will be the limited size of the water. And also vulnerable resources is nothing but if any particular if you are considering here the fresh water, if it is affected, you can consider if it is considering here any contaminated water. So to reduce that particular reduce the whatever that is contaminated water to get the fresh water, so we have to provide that is ability to develop the environment and everything to get the fresh water. So that will be considered sustains life in all forms with the having different purpose and also the function as well as the services. Based on the purpose, the function, services, and also how much available of the fresh water and everything. So depends on the limited availability of the water, and also which consider here the vulnerable resources, that is any harmed water, or you can consider here any the contaminated water if it is available. So we have to avoid and also we have to supply the fresh water. So that will be considering here the principle 1, and also which will be having national minister to till local government or community. Whatever we are supplying the fresh water, so when we are supplying the fresh water and everything, that should be related to, that is which will be having here all the classes, that is national minister to till the local government and everything. Next, principle 2. So water development and management should be based on the participatory approaches involving users, planners and policy makers at all level of the stakeholders and everything. And also to take the proper decision, we have to provide here the decision makers and everything. So that these are the stakeholders as well as the decision makers, which will be considering from the different agencies and everything, and also which will be democratically elected. So only what is the second principle, to develop and manage the whatever considering here top down approaches, or you can consider here bottom down approaches, and also which will be having more number of the users, that is involving users, planners as well as the policy makers, to give the proper final decision of the any particular integrated water resource management. But when you are taking this particular any decisions and everything, which will be involving stakeholders and also the decision makers, and also which will be considered democratically elected and everything. So third principle, women play central part in the vision, management and safeguarding of the water. So the third principle only which will be depends on the how the woman, the single, you can consider the person, the woman, how she will consider everything when you are consider vision, management, safeguarding. So women key role in the collection and safeguarding the domestic in many cases of the agricultures and everything. But what will happen here, when you are considering, when you are taking with the final decisions and everything, when compared to men, so if you are considering with the women, the management level to finding the problem analysis and also to finding the solution, and also to taking with any particular the decisions of the decision of the water resource management is less. That is the participation level when compared to men. So women will be having less, but they will be knowing what is the vision and also the management and safeguarding of that is the collection and safeguarding of the water and everything. But in the participation level to taking with any decisions and everything, and also finding the problems as well as the finding the solution, and also this will be having less involvement when compared to men. So that is the third principle. The fourth principle, water as economic value in all its competing uses, and it should be recognized and it should be economic good. So it's nothing but we have to provide with the affordable prices. Why? Because to access the clean water and sanitation, this leads to the conservation and protection of water resources and everything. Because if you are giving with the more cost, if you are giving more price to water and everything, so there may be consider that is the less uses of the water and everything. But it should be reached for the all level of the people. So we have to give with the affordable prices. So it will be to access the clean water as well as the sanitation, and also it should be leads to the conservation, that is saving of the water resource and everything. So these are the four principle. Based on this particular four principle, integrated water resource management it will works. That is what are the functions and everything. So you can consider I am giving here only the points, that is integrated water resource principle, which will be having here integrations and everything, whatever that is. If you are considering with the broken part, if it is there, so it should be necessary to properly the provisions of any particular the functions and everything. Again, decentralizations is nothing but you can consider here whatever the supplying the water that will be transferred to from the central level to till the local government and everything. So participation is nothing but the participation, either it can be considering from the central, either local government, and also here it can be considering for the stakeholders which will be acts like the middle portion you can consider, which will be transfers all the that is informations to the local government as well as that is central government and everything. And also economic and financial sustainability, that is to ability to resist whatever the finance and everything. And also basins as the unit for the decision making, whatever we are taking by considering your process or action, you can considering from the central government to till the local government, and also participation level. So everything based on that, the financial statement and everything, the final they will be taking with the final decision. So when we are taking with the single decisions also, we have to considering with all the principles. Next topic, that is implementation of the integrated water resource management. So implementation depends on the three basics aim. You can consider three basics, or you can considering with the three aim to avoid the fragmented approach water resource management. The fragmented is nothing but you can considering here any portion or any area, if it is separated or if it is broken up, so how you will supply the water, and also how you will implement the water by considering here the government, or you can considering here central government. So that will be considered. And also this implementation depends on the three main characteristics. The first one, enabling environment. Second one, role of institutions. The third one, the management instruments. Everywhere if we are consider here water resource management or integrated water resource management, so always we will be finding the resources. After that we will be managing is nothing but based on the demand as well as the supply of the water. And also by considering here the roles of the institutions, or you can considering here the domestic, you can considering here any commercials and everything. So the first one, enabling environment, is nothing but make it possible. If we are considering here the single portion should be make it possible, so it is useful for both rights assets of the stakeholders. The stakeholders, either it can be considered individual as well as public and private sector organization, or you can considering here the companies. So the main role of the stakeholders, that will be transferring the all the information to top down approaches to the bottom down approaches. You can considering your central government to, that is the local government. So and also these stakeholders which will be reaching to all the level of the people. You can consider the topmost of the people, you can consider your bottommost of the people. So depends on the areas and everything. They will be considering as a the any particular, that is transferring the all the informations and everything. So that will be enabling of the environment, that is make it possible with using with the stakeholders. Second one, role of the institutions and everything. It is critical to formulation and implementation of the integrated water resource policies as well as the programs, because everywhere in the every institution, or if you are considering your commercial areas and everything, so we cannot implement everywhere with considering here the size of the area and everything. So we cannot implement. So for that we have to take with the small actions, or we have to give with the main authorities. When we are giving here instead of taking with the every places, so we have to give with the where is the major source it is there we have to go for the actions as well as the authorities. So that will be considering here role of institutions. The third one, the management instrument is nothing but integrated water resource management acts like the tools and methods, that is it's enabled to helps to decision makers and everything. That is whatever the management skills which will be having, so that will be helps to, that is the decision makers to take the proper decision for the any particular the projects and everything. And also it can be considered, that is the rational and informed choices between the alternative actions and everything. So whatever we are considering here role of institution, so whatever that is major source we are taking with the action, so it can be giving with the, that is alternative actions and everything. So to take the final decision by the decision makers and everything. So the next, what are the condition when implementing of the integrated water resource management? Capacity of development. Second one, adequate investment, financial stability and sustainable cost recovery. Third one, the monitoring and evaluation. So it is also the consider the capacity of development is nothing but if you want to supply the water, or if you want to develop the any particular the water resource and everything, so that particular area is ready to take the all the implementation, or to take the all the water supplies and everything. That will be considered the capacity of development. Second one, adequate investment. Financial stability is nothing but whatever, if it is supply the water and everything, so we have to invest the some amount and everything, because we cannot supply the water everywhere by using with the canal and everything. So there with the small areas and everything we have to supply by the pipes and everything. So for that we have to will be having the investment. As after that the financial stability from the government, and also if it is get fails, so it should be recover, that it should be go for the recover of the cost and everything. So we have to consider that also. Again, monitoring and evaluation. Monitoring is evaluation is nothing but that is the maintaining of the whatever we are implemented, that is integrated water resource management. Okay, next one, that is what are the development objectives of the integrated water resource management. So you can see the flow chart, that is the national goals. The national goals is nothing but that will be directly from the, that is the central government and everything. Whatever the goals we have to fix first. Again, water resource issues assessment. Water resource issues assessment is nothing but whatever we are providing with the goals. For example, if you want to supply the more number of water, so first we have to find the what are the issues in the water resources, whether water will be available from the groundwater, either you can consider in here the surface water and everything. So first we have to find the all the problems. So after that we have to go for the water resource policies or strategy. Strategy is nothing but the planning of the any particular supply of the water with the easy flow, you can considering here without disturbing of the other sources and everything. And also next one, integrated water resource management implementation of plan, that is whatever the strategies and everything that will be considering here the planning and everything. After the planning and everything we have to go for the actions of the implementation. After the action is nothing but it is ready to use. So after ready to use and everything we have to go for the monitoring and evaluations of the project. So monitoring is nothing but the maintaining, evaluate is nothing but you can go for the testing. Testing is nothing but if we are giving the, if we are supplying the some amount of the water, whether it is useful for the that considering here that particular area and everything. If it is not useful, how you can increase the water, and also if you are supplying with the more water, so how you can reduce, that is evaluating process. Again that will be the considering here the total rotation, which will be having here the same cycle. And also when we are considering integrated water resource management, so we cannot find the where is the that is starting point and also where is the ending point. It may start with the anywhere and also it may end with the any point. And also these all development objectives which will be depends on the enabling environment, institutional structures, the management instrument, and also infrastructure development. Based on these four considering here the principles and everything, so the implementations of the integrated water resource management which will be processed, you can consider which will be applied.